Brendan and Nathan from What Were They Thinking are going to be coming in here in a second here. Let me get my butt up on the screen. There I am. Boom, 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 boom. La, 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 la. And then we're going to add to the stage. Get these guys in here.
Boom, boom. La, 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 la. Do that deep a doop ba 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 bee ba boop ba beep ba ba.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've got to actually hit the record button and be smart. I'm recording too frequently. Dan, did you try to start recording that? Is that what happened there? Dan, you hit the record button. Is that what happened there?
Oh, I didn't want to be in here. Yes, I was going to type in the private chat that yes, I did it because I know you forget.
Oh, okay, good. If you're going to remember, I will just not do it. That's good. All right. Brandon's gone forever now.
Yes, Brandon is gone forever.
Brendan might need. I don't know if he just left, but
I'm right here.
If that happens, just adjust down your video quality, please.
No, I have a cat that likes to leave and come back. So if you see me disappear, I'm just either letting the cat in or letting the cat out.
Just making sure. But again, if someone's video starts freezing, just downshift your quality, please. Thank you.
All right. So, gentlemen, first of all, welcome back to Livestream for the Cure. You guys have been part of Livestream for the Cure.
Coming through.
Thank you, Yaney, for gifting a sub over to Mariah. Hi, welcome. You guys have been part of Livestream for the Cure for a very, very long time, and every single time you are part of Livestream for the Cure, you bring the worst, most terrible, horrible things possible to us. I really need somebody to donate enough money so that we hear my very special sound alert go off for $100, even though it never goes off exactly at $100, but I really need it to go off during this segment, especially. Just for Brendan, I need it to happen. But, ladies and gentlemen, what were they thinking? Brendan, Nathan, tell us a little bit about yourselves. What do you guys do?
Yeah, what do we do, Nathan?
I mean, contemplate the life choices that brought us to this moment, but mostly we talk about bad to questionable movies. Sometimes we actually legitimately love those movies, but they are cuckoo, bonkers, bananas, and sometimes they're legitimately terrible and awful, like one of our recent recordings for Listener's Choice, where we talked about the Genesis Code.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, right.
Bad, poorly made Christian cinema is my favorite. Oh, look at that. It's our movie.
Yes. I'm gonna go right here.
What's going on over there? Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
Why not, right? And we're starting right now, right? Started early.
Good sweet heavens, but the movie said not to.
Now, just a note, we are in Canada, so this is legal. This is legal here. So we usually
where did it go? Why did it go away? Come back!
Oh.
Does it make sense that I can hear it as well?
Can you?
Okay. There we go.
I can't see anyone else though now.
Oh, I don't want you guys. I don't want to throw that up on the screen the whole time. That's terrible.
Okay.
But the quality of it. Listen, especially I don't know where you guys watch this, but I watched it on YouTube.
Nick,
I didn't watch it on Tubi. I was too busy watching Amityville Death Toilet on Tubi or whatever the hell else the nonsense we were talking about. We were talking about on there.
Tubi has the 4K version. That would have looked a lot clearer. I'm just kidding. It looks just as bad.
I was gonna say, you're so full of shit. Like, don't you even dare.
I started watching it on YouTube, and then I switched over to Tubi, thinking that foolishly that maybe they did something to restore it a little bit to put it on Tubi.
You were hoping like you could watch the Criterion version,
right? Exactly, and then it looked just as awful, and I was like, well, I'm gonna switch back to YouTube because I won't be bothered by ads.
It was so grainy. I actually took my phone out and I was watching it on my phone vertically like this, so the window would be like at a 180p aspect ratio, so it wouldn't look like so grainy and like pixelated.
Oh, Nick, I watched it on a 70-inch TV and it looked like hot garbage.
It looked like just giant boxes moving toward each other and like going around and stuff.
There were moments where there was like a 5-minute stretch where it was so dark that I thought it was off and it was just audio.
It made it really hard to distinguish the characters in it too.
Oh yeah, because otherwise you would have known, right? They're so richly drawn and
you wouldn't get to really understand who Snuffy is.
Well, we should maybe mention the title of the thing that we're doing.
Yes.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, this year, what were they thinking? Rather,
What do you think?
what did I think? This is what I thought. What were they thinking? Brought to you the delight that is I'm guessing pre-haze code, Devil's Harvest.
Definitely not pre-haze code.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, Devil's Harvest. It's luminaries of reefer madness. So basically, they sensationalize drugs while telling you not to do drugs.
Mm-hmm. 1942.
Are my alerts not going off? What happened to my alerts?
What happened to your alerts?
I don't know, but my alerts didn't go off. We got $100 donation in there.
Okay, well, you got to just play the sound for me.
I'm going to have to just play it for you now, but it was from everything I learned from movies. Brendan and Nathan are the best. Follow them now if you don't already. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
You sweet, sweet boy.
Thank you so much for that $100 donation. That's amazing. The alerts are on. Everything is on. All right.
Skizzy.
I'm going to Brendan, this is just for you. I know it came in. So I added this to Livestream for the Cure just for you. I need you to know this before I play it. Are you ready?
I'm scared and a little horny. Go.
Wow! $100? That's a lot of money!
I can have my hair done at the beauty parlor with $100.
I've heard that before.
Wow! $100?
Oh my
That's
God.
a lot
Now
of
it's
money.
going off a whole bunch of
I can have my hair done at
times.
the beauty parlor with $100.
Stop!
Is that the Shane McMahon theme song?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think you played that every week, Nick.
You've used it before, for sure.
I don't know why all of the alerts are going off now that I opened up the editor. So they were stuck or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily
We're
know
not
what
hearing
happened.
We don't hear
I just muted it now.
Okay.
Just so it wouldn't keep going off.
All I heard was the Shane McMahon theme song. Wasn't that the one you played that before though?
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Now I got to do it again.
You-
Hang on.
you
Well,
played
I'm
the
waiting
wrong
for
one.
I'm waiting for the other things to catch up. Like I heard
boy.
it,
Oh,
I
that
heard
wasn't it.
but now
That
it's
wasn't it. That
it's
makes
still
sense.
playing through all the other alerts here for whatever reason. Like it just stopped playing them. Like it's up to my brother's donation. So I think we got one more maybe.
You guys, this kind of fits
Yeah.
though about what we're talking about for
A
real.
little bit.
This really does. All right. I think we're ready. All
Okay.
right.
Wow!
All right, here we go.
$100? That's a lot of money!
I can have my hair
we
done
got?
at the beauty parlor with $100.
Can't hear that?
No, I can't.
I think chat can hear it. Why can they not hear it? What is happening?
I heard the Shane McMahon song, but that's it.
Okay. All right. Hang on.
You're gonna have to just perform it for me now.
I'm so mad. I did this just for you.
Here comes the money.
You heard that one.
Yeah. This is good stuff. Keep this all in
This is all good audio. All perfect audio.
audio gold, audio chocolate.
What? I'm waiting for us to roll around to the top of the hour and be like, oh yeah, by the way, we watched Devil's Harvest. See you next
It
year,
was
guys.
crazy. Okay, check out our podcast.
Preview live on stream.
I mean, I'm enjoying it. Just keep playing it. Here comes the money.
I'm
Money,
so
money,
confused. All right, I'm playing the raw file now. I don't care. I'm
Do it.
so mad at this now that
Do
it's
it.
not working properly.
Do it, Nick. Do it with your heart.
I'll do it with 3/4 of my heart. I can't invest the whole thing.
3/4 hard.
Whale penis. Sorry. It's been a weird 3 days, guys. All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready? Here we go. All right.
I'm ready.
I got to give it some audio. Hang on.
Okay.
This is the longest setup for the lamest fucking joke of all time. You're all so welcome for this. Here we go.
Wow! $100? That's a lot of money!
I can have my hair done at the beauty parlor with $100.
Wow! $100? That's a lot of money!
You guys,
I can have my
you guys still can't hear it, can you?
No.
All right, I gotta share it with you guys. I swear to God. I swear to God. I hate everything about my life right now.
You know what? It's okay. Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow! $100? That's a
No
lot
audio.
of money!
I can have my hair done at the beauty parlor with $100.
Wow! Wow!
So wait, you said no audio? You can't hear it?
Just
Nope.
video.
Just
Can't
the
hear
video.
it.
What is happening?
It's okay.
This is
bud.
like when we interviewed Kazoo Kid.
Yeah, remember that?
And I
You guys
couldn't
couldn't
hear.
hear it?
Why do we
him.
have why is none of my audio working? Anyway, long story short, worst setup of a long joke for like literally of all time. There's a soundbite in Cool Cat where they talk about getting 100, like Cool Cat makes $100 and they're like, wow, $100, that's a lot of money.
Well, I appreciate your effort.
Excellent.
That went into it.
And I
Thank
made
you.
that a sound drop on Livestream for the Cure just for you, and
I love
it literally will not work. I don't know what's happening with the audio. I literally have no idea.
I think Daddy Derek is very litigious. I think that's what's happened.
So
He's intercepted it before it's even broadcast.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say interspecies erotica because that's
No,
it,
I
too.
wasn't gonna say. I'm not leaning it. We talked about a weed movie this year. I'm not talking about Cool Cat. God damn it!
Are you sure you don't want to talk about?
No, I'm pretty positive.
Devil's Harvest.
Okay,
So what is this, Nathan?
excuse me.
It's a
yeah, you did this
pro-weed
to us,
film?
Nathan. Tell us what you
Hey,
did to us.
I did not mess the sound file. It's like I said, it's an anti-weed movie from the 40s, and really they're trying to stop people from doing the drugs, but they kind of sensationalize it as well at the same time.
Yeah,
Girl, she gets a job as like a dancing girl at a club, and she's like 17, which is super sketchy, and agrees to go undercover for the local police department to bust this marijuana ring. And apparently she is a crime-fighting machine. Hilarity ensues.
everybody that goes to high school in this movie is conservatively 53 years old.
Oh, 100%.
Like
For
there's
sure.
a guy that walks up to her at some point and is just like, he's got like a backpack on, and I remember just going like, wait, is that her dad? And then he's like taking out his books. I'm like, oh, that's her
One of her
colleague.
peers. Yeah.
That's one of her peers. Shit.
Yeah. I thought they were in college. I didn't. Just
Even if
because
they
they
were
looked
in
so old.
college.
I thought they were in college. That I was like, oh well, good for them being unconventional students going after their second part of their life, getting a new career at the community college.
Yeah, way to go, 1942. You're really progressive.
I love when they introduced that in a 1940s film. They introduce the greatest representation of American democracy, the public school. Because no matter what your race, creed, or color, you are equal. And I'm like, segregation wasn't undone until like the 50s.
Oh yeah, that's true. I wasn't even that didn't even come into mind before. I just thought school is like the number one place people are bullied. Like I don't know what they're talking about. This is a haven of equality. This public school.
Democracy, it's run by the principal. The students aren't in charge or voting in their their school administration.
No, they could vote for the student president or whatever, but they don't really have like lawmaking abilities.
Exactly. We can't think about that too much because with the whole story kicks off with a fella who's selling weed dogs across from the school.
Oh man.
By that I mean when you go to get a hot dog, say, pack me a stack, and he'll put the supply of weed in between the hot dog buns and hand it to you like a hot dog.
That's what I say when I go to Cannabis NB. I'm like, hey, get a couple of, can you throw me a couple of fat stacks? And then they kick me out immediately. Like, what are you talking about? The hot dog dude was hilarious. He's like, again, he's like a 70-year-old man that's selling hot dogs. He's been forced into this life somehow.
Yes, because he needed money, and they're like, oh, you can make money real quick with us. And then he got jammed up in the, selling the weed dogs. That he was so far in that he couldn't get out because if they went down, he was going down too. I'm guessing.
I like how it's not only like he has to be a drug dealer. Like, why does he have to be selling them like right across the street from the school?
So, yeah, literally right across the street.
And why is there a hot dog stand there? I thought that was kind of weird too. Like, I don't see that. I mean, I don't know.
I'm guessing so they could whip up fear with parents thinking that drug dealers are in your neighborhood across from your children's school, looking like any Main Street hot dog vendor.
He should have been. It should have been one of the teachers, just like giving the tests back, and then he's like, "Here, Johnny, get you a fat stack with your B plus."
Now, yeah, keep it on the down low. Well, yeah.
Everybody, by the way, talks like that in this movie. They're like, "Well, see, I was
It's
going
Dan's
to the club."
favorite thing in the whole world. It's fast talking high trousers guy. It's Dan. It's your favorite thing. I need Dan to watch this movie so bad.
Which character are we talking about?
All of them, because that's I think Family Guy. That's like a Family Guy bit where like everybody in a '40s movie or like really old movie just they talk really fast, see, and they all like projecting their voices
chest.
like it's a theater thing.
Yeah. Everybody wants to be His Girl Friday, and His Girl Friday is like, listen, we can do it, and you can't. Shut up.
All the characters are really like stereotypical. Like the guy that the old man Oliver runs the hot dog stand, but then like the gangster that shows up, he's like, yeah, you better straighten it out, see, or like,
Yeah, you need to start moving more product. Yeah.
Yeah, get this hot dog stand moving, huh? Come on, you got to be cooking out here.
The 40s slang. I was like, okay, I'm getting this in context, but this couldn't have been real slang. Because at one point they're like, what do you want us to do with him? We want us to put him under the clovers?
I felt like it was 1920s slang because I feel this is like 1920s like gangster talk.
there's a period piece.
But that's usually in like a comedy released in the 70s. Like I've never seen it in an actual
Like in a real thing, yeah.
yeah, like 1920s movie.
We'll get you all dolled up, Missy, all real razzle-dazzle.
Like, to be fair, there weren't a lot of 1920s movies with spoken dialogue, but still.
If movies were still made like this, Natasha Lyonne would be a huge celebrity.
Who would be?
Natasha Lyonne from.
Oh yeah. I
She's
don't know.
built to talk like that, like a sassy broad. You see?
I think if every movie was that, I don't think I'd watch movies anymore. I don't think I could handle that in every single movie.
You don't think you'd watch
got a list
movies,
here.
see?
The name's Schindler, Oscar Schindler, and I got a list. I'm going to protect you folks. Now you come work for me in my factory, and I'm going to get you out of there, see?
Not a single shell will set off.
Wow, this certainly ain't no summer camp.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying that's what it would be. Not that it is.
Oh.
What was I referring to? I don't even know what movie that is.
Nietzsche, I'm going to put a link to this in the chat because I want people to go along.
Just Schindler's List?
Yes. I want people to go to and find this later, not now. You got to listen to our beautiful voices now.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to go and I would just want you to watch some of this, not the whole thing. Don't subject yourself to all. How long is this movie? 52 minutes. Yeah,
Come
51
on,
minutes.
man.
Don't subject yourself to all of this because it'll hurt your soul. But it's something.
Nick, this isn't even close to the worst thing we've made you watch.
It's not. That's true.
Like not even an iota. This is there's no stopping of school shootings and
Well, the sad thing
wrapping
in
of
this,
COVID.
like, you know what the sad thing about this movie is it's like it's supposed to be an anti-weed movie. It's like 52 minutes long, right?
Yep.
But like 95% of the plot like doesn't have anything to do with it. And weed just sort of disappears from the whole thing for like most of the runtime of the movie. It's like, it's that local weed, see?
They're focusing on her being like a crime fighter, essentially.
I almost felt like they just made this and then the government was like, we can give you a grant if you include more messaging about how bad weed is, and they're like, all right, we'll reshoot one scene.
You gotta have Oliver talk about the sticky weed, see?
Yeah. Make sure you show Oliver's home life.
That's what they called in this movie. They called it the loco weed.
It's that real local weed.
I really like when we meet Kay's parents, like the dancer,
the most Irish of Irish immigrants.
And the father's just like, well, I'm not staying up for you, young lass. I'll be in bed. I'm like, all right, dude, chill.
Is that the same character? Is that the same one that the mother tells? I think the mother tells the daughter not to tell her father about it because he'll beat the shit out of her.
Yep.
Very same.
Straight from the 40s.
Yeah. Totally normal behavior.
This is a very progressive movie, ladies and gentlemen. Super progressive, by the way.
It is, because Kay gets a job as a dancing girl. She's supposed to be 17 at a gangster's nightclub. And her parents are like, yeah, that's cool.
17. Yeah, again, her. I mean, I thought she was in her mid 40s.
I love how she describes her job to the police when the police are questioning her, and the cop is like, "Do you perform with your clothes, or like, do you take your clothes off when you perform?" She's like, "Well, yeah," and then he's like, "What?"
Scandalous.
Because I perform in a costume. Oh, like what? Like, why would you answer that question that way? Like, do you take your clothes off when you perform? Yeah. What?
Because they won't. My costume won't fit over them.
Yeah, I take my clothes off. Every single one of them. My underwear on the floor, all crinkled up.
I'm not going to get that costume on under those clothes, see?
Yeah, she's that mascot. What's that fucking that really weird looking mascot, sports mascot? He's like orange.
Gritty?
Oh,
Gritty.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gritty. That's what it's all about. No, I thought that was such a weird, like, overall, like, overarching story. It's just like about her getting a gig at a club just dancing. And by the way, her dancing, hilarious. It's not like sexy dancing. It's not like seductive dancing. It's not even, I wouldn't even call it like nightclub dance. She's just like she's just like moving her arms around kind of like statically.
Like kids recital tap dance. That's
Yeah.
what we're getting. Yeah.
Kids bop.
Okay, sure.
Oh, come on. You don't know Kids bop?
I do, but I was, you know what? I'm older than you, man. It was the mini pops for me.
Mini pops. Is that another music thing?
Yeah, it was. You said kids bop, right? Which is just kids re-recording popular songs.
Re-recording? I thought those were originals.
Right? Mini pops did the same thing, but in the 80s.
Nick, what's your favorite kid-based music band?
What did I hear it on or watch it on? I saw something like that where it was it was like a trivia game where they took Kids Bop songs and then they tried to get people to guess what they replaced the swear words and stuff with. And some of the shit is batshit insane. Like some of the replacement lines.
Why did they take songs for Kids Bop with swears in them?
Yeah, that's like,
it. They re-record them to make them wholesome, so that when the kids want to sing along to them, if their parents hear them listening to it, don't worry, Mom and Dad. I say dingleberry instead of cock.
I got a hot dog from Oliver at the hot dog shop.
Right.
Wow, that's a dirty fucking song.
Filthiest rap would be uncovered.
Yeah.
In the original recording, of course.
Oh, Steve.
Cock stand.
Steve, thank the police. Thank the police.
Also, that's a very dangerous song now to re-record it like that. Just let's just blindly thank the police. Way to go, Kids Bop.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Kids Bop.
Thanks for your fucking Blue Lives Matter propaganda.
Like some of the lines that they replace in the Kids Bop lyrics with in the original, like it just makes no sense contextually for the song. Yeah. Like anymore, it's like they just replaced it with, can we fit this number of syllables in place of that number of syllables? Yes, done. Doesn't matter what it is, put it in there.
I would love to see what they do with that song Dirty Mary by Lady Bouncer. You familiar?
I don't know what that is.
The lyrics are something like, I can be your motherfucking slut. You simply have to ask me, and then it's Mary getting nasty. What would the Kids Bop version of that be? Steve, please, if you please.
Brandon handing out assignments here.
Of course. Well, he wants that assignment. We'll hear from him.
Guys, this is how good Devil's Harvest is. I just want to remind you that this is how good it is. We're now making up lyrics for Kids Bop songs instead.
I mean...
Because here's the thing, there's so little, they talk about weed so little in this anti-weed propaganda film.
It's true.
That it's true. And that's the weird thing about it. It's like, we've seen weed films where it's like over and over and over, like beating you over the head about just how terrible it is. If you didn't actually have the narrator come on at the beginning of the movie to tell us that it was about weed, you wouldn't really even know until that one guy, the one cop, is like, it's that local weed.
Right. That's it. After they get past that, all the drugs they deal with non-specific, very non. so you couldn't even tell. Like,
Give me a stack. See, a stack.
Yeah,
What the
right?
fuck's a
Here's-
stack? A stack of what?
gives them like a brick, which
Stack
I
of
mean,
weed.
I don't know if anybody else, ounces of weed usually don't come in bricks.
No, not generally. Generally in a bag, usually see-through. There is one scene though where they do kind of have a reefer madness moment. Did you guys remember the scene where it's like the guy and the girl? And I don't think Kay is one of them, but it's a guy and a girl, and they are smoking a marijuana cigarette, and then suddenly it cuts back, and they're almost naked, like in bed together.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
It's like weed just makes you want to have sex. Again, movies like this, I'm like, okay, so where's the bad part?
Right.
Like in Reefer Madness, it was like, oh, it makes you play piano really good. That's sick. Like, I can't play
You
piano.
smoke
Does
that
mean I'll
marijuana
just-
cigarette, and next thing you know, you're going to be naked in bed with a lady.
Yeah. Oh no, I better not do that.
No.
I mean, at least Cartoon All Stars the Rescue had the decency to make you think you were going to end up a walking, rotting corpse.
Yeah, or have to deal with George C. Scott.
Either or, just both terrible.
All right. No one wants to do. Imagine dealing with George C. Scott when you're already high. Fuck.
Hippies.
No, stop it. I can't tell if you're overacting or not.
Oh my God in heaven. I love it so much.
I haven't know. Oh,
Did they mention, by the way, that it's called the Cotton Club? I thought I heard that.
I didn't catch that.
I thought they said the Cotton Club, and I was like, oh, Francis Ford Coppola, this is where he came up with it.
I thought it was just in like
Stolen.
a random warehouse attic or something. I don't even know.
I mean, that's what it looked like.
yeah.
But
Well, yeah, because they said when they were first going to the place, it wasn't, fixed up to their standards, but, I think so they called it a blind pig. I'm like, that also cannot be a legitimate slang from the time. Come on.
blind pig.
Blind pig. And
I thought it was just like a cop that doesn't see something. Like, I don't know what were they using it as?
I guess a kind of a divey bar place because
The blind
That's-
pig.
they were describing it. Yeah, I don't get it. But yes, the idea that the owner of this blind pig is that he's going to, raise all kinds of money through profits for this club by hiring our 17-year-old American crime buster, Kay.
Is that the owner? Is that that guy Cliff?
Yeah, the guy she kind of like starts. Well, he's getting feelings for her, and she's just a sociopath.
Right. She's nuts. Like every time they cut to her, she has the same wide-eyed, smiling expression on her face, and I'm like, she has had some kills.
And that's just it. The biggest thing I wanted to talk about with this movie is the end piece where the cops raid the club.
Yeah.
And Snuffy Baker is there with his gang.
We got to talk about Snuffy Baker. Yeah.
A real character in this movie, by the way.
Mhm.
And there's kind of a fight and a shootout, and Cliff, the guy who was being duped by Kay, he gets killed, and she's fine. The cops come in, and I guess that fella that I think was her boyfriend for realsies, but they never really were clear about that. He's there, and he's like, "Why, Kay, you're all right. I could give you a big old kiss." And then the detective, who is easily in his 60s,
Easily.
goes, "Hey, what if I had in mind to give her a big old kiss?" And then she's like, "Well, boys, you can both bring it on in." And they go in and they kiss her on the cheek, and that's the end scene. They're doing that over a dead body.
Yep. It's a very jovial situation.
Sociopath.
Well, they killed the bad guy. I mean,
Yeah. Wait.
He wasn't
you're
even
saying
the baddest bad guys. A Stuffy Baker should have got shot to death.
a
He
movie
wants to
in
leave
which
that life behind and take her away from it all. Why am I doing a Seinfeld now?
a movie in which I should take this time to mention don't watch Unfrosted. A movie in which a bad guy is killed and then the hero, or I guess the good guy and the girl make out in front of his corpse. That sounds like some shit that would have been made in Europe in like the 60s.
I
Like,
mean,
that doesn't
it's
doesn't
or like a scene from Natural Born Killers.
Yeah.
Right.
well-known horror movie, Natural Born Killers. Is Gerald still watching? Gerald, you out there, buddy? We just did a 94 movie draft, and he put it on his list as a horror movie because they're serial killers. No,
Like
don't you dare
Bloodsport,
agree with
maybe?
him. No.
I'm
No.
sort
I
of.
feel there's a subgenre at play in this.
Yeah.
Hey, we're the ones with the movie podcast.
That's right. Get those Gerald emotes rocking and rolling in the chat, people. Those Gerald emotes, baby.
I can
Rob,
kind of
podcast
see it.
Rob beat it.
What?
Podcast Rob's in the chat trying to agree with Gerald now. You guys are not, you guys know the assignment, right? No agreeing with Gerald. Or you're fired or something.
Or something?
Or something. I don't know.
Wait,
what
what's
else.
the something?
Or you're
What are
gonna
you
get
do, Nick?
or you're gonna get some of that local weed.
I kept thinking he said loco weed, and I was like, wait, are they doing like a Spanish thing? Like, this weed be loco.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's loco weed.
Oh, I thought you were saying local.
No,
I thought he said local.
Yeah,
no,
that's
it's loco.
Oh,
like,
guys,
loco, crazy.
That
You know what?
almost sort of makes more sense because I was just like, what do they is out of town weed better? Like,
guys, that just proves to you how great the quality of the sound is on this thing.
I just thought you guys saw it when they did the spinning papers. You know, the headlines are like, "Oh, loco weed strikes again." Somehow.
I couldn't read it.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, the screen is so badly pixelated unless you watch it. Like, literally, I had to watch it on my phone, like, vertically, so it was in its native aspect ratio of like none, 0.
Meant to be watched on a Nokia flip phone only.
Yeah.
Yeah, you clicked on the little gear on YouTube, and it was like 32p.
That Nokia would come with two things: this movie and Snake.
Yeah, Mariah
And
says
what?
Brendan can't read anyway,
Snake.
so
Brendan can't read.
that's what it says.
Who says that?
Mariah.
Don't tell everyone that. Took me forever to go to this website because I kept clicking every link in my email.
Okay.
This must be the one. It's blue.
I wonder how weird it must have looked. Like, it must have stood out like a sore thumb whenever customers would go to this hot dog stand to buy weed because hot dogs were only 5 cents and soda was only 5 cents.
Yeah.
How much was the weed?
$20.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, why you got all those large bills changing hands when you just need a nickel for a hot dog?
Well, he would just explain it away. Officer, I had a kids party in just before you got here. Actually,
You
bought it in
missed
bulk.
You missed it. The local fatso was here for a while. He just keeps shoveling them down.
Old Fatty McGee.
My favorite part of it
his buddy Fatty Arbuckle was there, and I sold him a bottle of Coke.
when she describes her job, like, or when she goes to the hot dog stand to get a job, like he describes, he's like, I'm only busy for 15 minutes twice a day. And the rest of the time I'm like standing here, like trying to find something to do.
Yeah.
Like,
also, Fatty Arbuckle was there, and he wanted to go to that party too. And the hot dog guy was like, "No party. There's no party. You're not going to anywhere. Nope, nothing's going on."
That's why I sold him the bottle of Coke.
was Joey Chestnut's great grandfather did go to that school or something?
Joey Chestnut?
Like, he's like the hot dog eating guy. That's like his whole thing. Is he goes to hot dog eating competitions.
I thought he was making a mob name.
Yeah, I thought so too. I didn't know who Joey Chestnut was.
He does work for Scruffy, I think. Yeah.
Snuffy?
Snuffy, sorry, it's Snuffy.
Wow, Nick, come on.
I'm sorry. I've been into that loco weed. All right, I'm sorry.
And that was Snuffy Baker and his gang get out of prison, right? They get out of prison on parole, and of course they're going to start hassling this fella who runs the dance club, but just wants to get away with this girl who's going to make out with two guys over his dead corpse one day.
Mariah has a good question in the chat. Mariah has a really good question. When you're high, do you really want hot dogs, though? This is a question for everyone. Now, I don't get high, but the thought of a hot dog just normally sounds good to me. So, like, I can only imagine if I was, like, I had munchies, I would probably house, like, 2 full packs, just straight up.
Emergency.
One bite, just slide them right down, like, one at a time, like,
You just coat your throat with butter and then just slide them down.
Slide them right in.
Janky Scooby.
I don't know that I'm ever like in the mood for like a full meal when I'm high. I think I just want like snacks. To be honest.
Is there a hot dog a full meal?
Yeah. Wait, that's not what you had for supper? One hot dog and a glass of water?
Just one.
I had one cold hot dog. One cold hot dog and a glass of water for supper. Is that weird? What's going on?
what I've had my entire life. It's like
Every
family
day of my life, and look at me, I'm doing great.
Look, we learned earlier on Fibbage that somebody ate Big Macs for like twice a day for 50 years straight. So,
Oh, is that dude? Is that the dude from the Super Size Me documentary?
yeah, somebody mentioned that too. I think it was
He
Michelle mentioned that
outlived
during
Morgan
the thing.
Spurlock,
Yeah,
the guy that ate burgers every day.
Spurlock just
when I
died
eat
last week.
I eat McDonald's food, like my body feels like it's going to go into anaphylactic shock or something. But like I
think he might
feel
be
like
allergic to something.
his body must just be like his veins just must be coursing with just liquefied meat processed, like that pink paste they show you from like McDonald's, like that's his blood now.
Like his heart figuring out how to process.
It probably is. Steve's right. It's all the preservatives. Yeah. And now Steve also says raw dog. This sounds like entrapment.
Wait, the movie with Catherine Zeta-Jones?
Raw dogging and Catherine Zeta-Jones? Steve?
He said that sounds like entrapment. Come on, Nick. Stay with
that
us
didn't
here.
happen in that movie.
I know.
What
I
happened in that movie was
Was it Sean Connery in that
was
movie? Yeah,
implied-
yeah.
Yes, was implied to have a sexual attraction with a considerably younger woman than him.
But you know what's funny? When I watched Entrapment, because I'm just going to talk about Entrapment for a second, I was like, Catherine Zeta-Jones falling in love with a much older man? This is weird. Oh, wait, that happened in real life.
Oh.
That movie, I got to give it to that movie. They made hundreds of millions of dollars off the movie. They simply marketed by showing that she was wearing tight pants in one scene in the trailer, and they made
going through the lasers.
They made like $250 million.
Take my money. Just have.
I mean, 90s Nathan probably would have. I have seen that movie, but
I only saw it for the first time recently.
I didn't get to see it, unfortunately, in theater because I was in Quebec and they didn't run the link.
Your audio's kind of low. Is the mic kind of far from you?
Is it? Is this better?
I think so. Yeah, that's better.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't get to. I didn't get to see that one in theaters as it's meant to be seen.
Mm.
But, still, I was also seduced by the idea of her fine buttocks avoiding lasers.
As we all are.
Entrapment. I mean, Devil's Harvest.
Devil's Harvest. Yeah, Kay's thing that she's doing, her undercover work. I wrote down too. This is like, it's also super dangerous. Like I was like, this is more dangerous than Leo's mission in The Departed.
Right,
Like-
because at least he was a trained police officer.
Right. Now the cop literally goes to her and he's like, "Now you're going to be you're going to be a good citizen about this whole thing. We don't blame you for anything, but you're going to be a good citizen and do all our work for us, right?" And she's like, "Well, of course I will."
Right?
I'm like, "What?"
It's just a license to kill people, right?
You're now on the police payroll, except for not paying you anything.
I'm on the police payroll. Can I get my badge and gun now? She does the Simpsons quote. When do we get the freaking guns?
I told you, you don't get your gun until you tell me your name.
I got it up to here with your rules.
With your rules.
It's
Actually,
wild.
sorry.
Women always have
Rules.
trouble with the wall. They never seem to find the door.
Me? Oh.
That was that same episode because Marge crawls up
Yeah,
over
yeah.
the wall and all the male cops. There's a door at the base of it, and all the male cops are just going through the door at the bottom of the wall.
Classic stuff. Could have been in this 1942 movie.
This
Would have been a wild revelation.
That's
to
my
find
favorite
out-
thing about it is just like it's weed bad, but casual domestic abuse, fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's perfectly acceptable. Yeah.
Perfectly
It's
fine.
there when you need it. Only use when necessary, I think is what this movie's trying to say.
Hello, Drew Hallam.
Which I believe was actually what Keep Off the Grass was trying to say a couple years ago, too.
Yeah. This movie. So this movie's domestic violence message is keep off the grass's weed message.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Yikes!
just you can mention it. Don't do it all the time, sort of
Yeah.
thing. Just a little bit,
Guys,
and
when
it's
you
acceptable.
when you watch this, were there literally times when people would get cut off in the middle of like lines
Oh,
of
yeah,
dialogue?
All the time, yeah. It's like pieces of this film. So you
Lost
can view
forever.
this one of two ways. Either A, there's just pieces of it missing, or B, they just edited it really badly.
I mean, can it be both?
It probably it's probably in some cases because there's one shot. It's like the very beginning of the movie, like when the gangster goes up to. I think it's when the gangster goes up to Oliver's hot dog stand, and then it cuts in a random shot of a bunch of traffic for a couple seconds, and then goes straight back to the hot dog cart. Like it's like the weirdest. It's like what?
You want to establish how busy it is around there. It's what we call an establishing shot in the business, Nick.
I'm sorry.
Jeez.
I'm trying to line up the live stream on my shirt with the live stream on the screen for the stream.
I can see
in case you guys are wondering what I'm doing.
Yeah. They just tuned in and they're like, I just started typing letters and numbers into the browser and let's see what happens.
I do want to actually I think some of the audition footage was actually used in this movie as well, because there's at one point where they're supposed to be questioning all the folks who were involved at the brawl at the nightclub, and everybody's like, I don't know. I was like, these are people who auditioned for something in this movie, and they're just using their screen footage or their screen test footage
without telling them and paying them.
Probably, yes. I mean that as well, because oof.
I was confused for a second when you said they used audition footage, because I was like, the Takashi Miike film?
Yes, they traveled back in time, and this is actually one of the most expensive movies ever made, because a time machine being built was involved.
You know what, though? I could see Kay being that role, though, in audition, and just cutting up a dude and taking great pleasure in it. It wouldn't, and then, you know, killing him and making out with another guy over his corpse.
Well, you see, this is what your intestines look like.
Now your insides are outside. Whoa, it's a crazy world we live in.
Come here, give me a smooch, Bill.
That there's fishing line. You don't want to get caught up on that? Oh, too late. we've had a lot of fun here.
Yeah.
I got a lot of white guy face blindness in this movie too. There was like a couple of characters.
Lot of white guys in this, and it's hard to see.
Well, yeah, and they all just like look the fucking same to me.
I mean, the only one, honest to God, I didn't know which character was which in a lot of scenes, because they all do look the same anyway when you do get a good look at them, and then it's so pixelated you legitimately cannot tell them apart. In like it's crowd scenes, especially when there's a bunch of characters and like it's not close up on one of them, like they are shapes. They are legitimately just shapes.
Yeah, I definitely did a lot more listening to try to like figure out which character is which. The gangster, I guess, henchman was like, "What boss?" I was like, "Oh, okay, that's Cliff's. That's his right hand man. I understand."
Yeah, of course, that guy. Yeah.
I was. Between Cliff and Snuffy, I think the wrong character died in this movie.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Because Cliff just he wanted to leave this life behind. He wanted to take Kay away from him. He was gonna double cross Snuffy, and all the gangsters take the money and run.
Maybe
no, I keep telling you, Snuffy, I'm trying to do it straight now. I'm trying to go straight, see?
Maybe this movie is like, weed's bad, but like, don't be a narc.
Yeah, weed's bad. Being a narc, worse.
Worse. Weed's bad, but once you're in that life, you're in for life.
Yep.
And that was for the video crowd, not for the later audio crowd. Oh, we're going to too sweet this? All right. No big deal. We're all adults.
Adults on that loco weed. I swear to God, I thought it was local, and I had that thought in my head for half the movie. I was like, but what's wrong with the local weed? Like, is out of town weed like better? Like, why don't they just travel somewhere to get better weed?
I'm guessing probably because they didn't look like they were in any place sort of rainforesty, like a Seattle or a Vancouver or something like that. I mean, you're growing in those conditions, you're going to end up with ditchweed.
Were they not in like Los Angeles? I'm assuming that's where it was.
Oh, well, see, there's a good possibility. I don't think they were in Los Angeles, but they were definitely in like California. So I mean, when you're there, there's a possibility you're going to get good weed, but there's also a possibility you're going to get ditchweed.
There's also a possibility it's just going to be something else that's not weed, and they'll tell you it's weed.
And I mean, you need to be in local weed. I mean, you'd have to go out in some of the surrounding neighborhoods to be like, is it the West Hollywood Kush? Is it a
Nathan, I can't hear you.
pie? I mean, what kind of strain are we talking about here?
See, Steve has the right idea over in the chat. Steve
Sorry.
says local weed from the farmer's market. I mean, you got to come out to the market to get that good kush, see?
Well, see, in Canada,
Integrity weed.
it's all about that BC weed, Bert's Corner. That's a
little
really
joke for really
local
joke.
reference.
Yeah.
For like, if
But
anybody
we're
in-
here, they're wide-reaching to the world to make references to.
well, the rest of the
small
world
hamlets.
knows where Bert's Corner, New Brunswick is, right?
I'm guessing they will now because I
Yeah.
mean everybody's listening.
Nick, it's forever in your head. Don't you dare ever forget about Bert's Corner, New Brunswick.
Bert's Corner, New Brunswick.
Got it? Is it in there?
Not
Sure.
Ernie's Corner. It's
No.
Bert's Corner.
Bert's Corner, not Ernie's Shack, not Bert's Dungeon. Bert's Corner.
What if there
Bees,
is a dungeon though?
But I mean,
It
it would
could
be in
be.
Bert's Corner.
Yeah. It's just a sketchy.
You get stung there. It's by Bert's Bees.
It's just a sketchy area of New Brunswick.
This is the quality comedy we bring to our show.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
There's going to be a quiz on this next year when the next Cool Cat video comes next year.
Can we please? No, actually, you know what? I'm going to stop myself right there. I was going to say, can we start a GoFundMe? But I don't want to give him money.
No, do not. No.
No, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, we're still waiting for Cool Cat Stops the School Shooting, so we don't even
never
have a Cool
happening,
Cat
guys.
movie left to review.
Maybe next year we'll talk about the 420 awards. Oh.
Joey DiCarlo was already in the chat earlier talking about, what did he say? He said something about Cool Cat. I can't remember what he said.
Yeah.
No, it's gone. I can't remember what it was.
Was there a line in this movie about taking your random jalopy?
Yes.
Why did they say random jalopy?
I'm assuming because it was put together using random car parts. That's my best guess. Again, the slang in this movie.
Mariah's got a good point. Next year we could just do Neil Breen, and you know that's gonna we're gonna reap those rewards for years to come. Years.
Save those for the full show.
Those should be saved for the full.
You
those-
cannot. You
You
cannot
can't break that
unpack
down in an hour,
Breen
my friend.
in just an hour. It takes a while.
I'm waiting for my invite. Then just send me the invite, and I'll be there. No, you didn't hear reap,
You know what
Yaney.
you even know what you're asking for.
Listen. I knew from the moment I saw a man with a printout of a mustache taped to his face that Twisted Pair was a masterpiece. I resign as president of the bank. Yes, Steve. Thank you. Thank you.
Bang.
And that
Yeah.
one was, God, I can't remember the name of that one. I can't, what the hell was
Twisted Pair has my favorite foreplay scene between Neil Breen and his girlfriend when he's seemingly attacking her and he's like, "Bitch, you're gonna get it, you bitch," and then all of a sudden they stop and they're just laughing.
You think it was Fateful Findings was the president of the bank?
Fateful Findings? That's what it is. That reminds me. So tomorrow, when So Wizard's on tomorrow, my plan is to just do their whole segment while I eat just a plate of dry baby spinach. That's
Make sure,
basically what I'm gonna do.
Make mugging faces while you do it too.
Fucking
Nick,
funniest.
that is
I fell out of my chair. I shit you not. I literally fell out of my chair laughing at that scene. He's eating a plate of just plain dry baby spinach and
then he
loving it.
And then he drops the plate, and they kind of chuckle about it, and then they move on to the next thing. I had a panic attack. I had a panic attack watching that scene because I was trying to take notes, and I stopped while that scene happened, and I was like, I don't know what anything is anymore.
That movie made my wife like physically angry.
Can we get that Marty Scorsese gif of absolute cinema? Can we just get that Marty Scorsese gif and just play it over?
Cinema.
She had a hate on for Brendan on that one for sure, and I think she gave him a Medea movie in return.
No, she started it with the Medea movie, my friend. That was just my sweet revenge. Not even intended to be revenge, but it ended up working out.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, I'm on the couch just killing myself laughing like, but it was the president of the bank that got me.
That whole montage at the end of the movie where they're all just killing themselves.
Never have I laughed more at suicide. Say that.
Jesus. Oh God.
Yeah. Also, okay,
Devil's
can I go back to Devil's Harvest for just a moment? I know
Sure
we're not
can,
really
bud.
talking about it anymore, but when they arrest the first guy, I don't think they have enough on him because he just kind of says like, "Yeah, I do this and I'm a crazy guy, blah blah blah," and then they show up and they're like, "Well, we've got enough on you to put you away for 10 years." I'm like, "You do?" Like he didn't really say anything that incriminating.
You're going away, see?
I mean, in 40.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah. They found out he was guilty on all 34 counts, though. That's what happened.
That's what happened. And
Reference to current stuff in the news.
you did try to do like a lilt on that in the end. Very sing-song.
You're cutting out, Nathan. You're far
Is
from
it
the
really?
mic.
Is it that bad? Good
Yeah.
Lord. I'm just going to hold the mic right up to my face.
Yeah,
That's
do that.
It's weird. I don't know if it's I mean it could also be a like a browser thing where it's like constantly re-leveling your microphone for whatever reason.
That's fair. That's a possible thing.
Which is really annoying. That happens all the time too. Drew's just doing Neil Breen quotes in the chat. I'm pretty sure.
What? Give me one. Hit me up. with one.
You got a felony. When the road looks rough ahead, I don't know if that's what Drew's doing or not.
I don't think that's a Neil Breen
I mean,
quote.
he could just be talking about some random shit on Tubi, like Amish toilet murders. Like, who knows? Even
Now, which Amish toilet murder is your favorite, Nick?
I haven't seen any of them yet. I need to watch them. Then there's what? There's 3 toilet murder movies on there. There's Toilet Murders 2,
What?
and Toilet Murders 3.
Wait,
Duty Calls.
Hold on. Stop everything. Is this?
You're not
legit?
doing a bit. There's legitimately sequels.
This
to
is
these
Tubi.
things?
This is Tubi. These are on Tubi.
There's one of these things. It's called the Toilet Murders.
The Toilet Murders 2, and then there's the Toilet Murders 3. Duty Calls. Duty spelled the poop way.
I think Toilet Murders was just the alternate title for Ghoulies. I think that's what that was.
That would be Toilet Murder.
Death Toilet. I'm sorry. I think Steve has it right.
Death
I don't know if it
Toilet?
was Toilet Murders.
Toilet Murders is a way better title.
I don't know what it was. Drew could tell me. Drew was
The
telling us all
Toilet
of them yesterday.
Murders. Is that about a toilet who murders or people who murder people while they're sitting on the toilet?
There was also a zombie one where it was zombie death toilet or something. It was some weird thing. I don't even know.
You can always depend on Tubi to give you great titles, and then you start watching it, and you're like, I don't want to watch this anymore. That must be an Asylum joint, I'm guessing, right?
That sounds cheaper than the Asylum. That sounds like the people who made the Curse of La Llorona.
Oh, the really, really bad one.
Yeah,
The one that like Danny Trejo shows up in
Yeah.
for a cup of coffee. Yeah. Even Danny Trejo was like, I can't commit to being in this much of the movie.
But I'll be the bad guy's dad.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Do you have any? I know. We're talking about Devil's Harvest, Nathan. Is there anything else you want to say about it?
I talked about the biggest part about the
Yeah.
taking out over a dead guy. That was really the thing that bothered me the most about this whole movie.
Kind of got me going a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Thanks, Gerald. We love you too, bud. He just reenacted Amityville Death Toilet after having Taco Bell for lunch.
Oh my god!
Oh, is that what that movie's about? I'm not interested.
I mean,
See,
anymore.
that's why you want to eat it.
That's just the joke we kept making yesterday. Because that was Steve and Izzy were drinking. They had to drink
course they
Flamin'
were.
Hot Cheetos Mountain Dew.
What the gross?
That was just piss warm. That's been sitting at their house for a couple years, just sitting there.
Flaming hot Cheeto Mount. I
That's
don't
what
even
Joey
like.
DiCarlo drank 2 years ago on Livestream, and I'm pretty sure Joey's soul left his body for a little while last year after that.
I don't even
or
like
a couple years
Mountain
ago.
Dew flavored Mountain Dew.
I mean, there's supposed to be a step between Mountain Dew and Flamin' Hot Cheetos. The step being where you put the pop down and you get some Flamin' Hot Cheetos out
I
of the
can
bag.
feel it in my eyes, Joey says.
Oh.
Good Christ.
Oh.
On that note, though, if they were available, I'd try it.
I don't know.
Now, would you try Mountain Dew flavored Flamin' Hot Cheetos, guys?
I feel that's the more reasonable option, actually.
Yeah, they're like kind of tangy Flaming Hot Cheetos, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the other one, it makes me just think of like, Mountain Dew that someone
Well,
dumped a bunch of
Imagine if
backwash
Oliver's hot dog stand also had Flamin' Hot Cheetos Mountain Dew.
every time you say Oliver's hot dog stand, I just think of it as like a song. Come on down to Oliver's hot dog stand.
And get you a stack.
Grab you a stack and a big old flapjack.
It's the first time
hot dog stand.
I'm not
Sells
ingrained in
pancakes,
weed
too.
culture at all. Like, I'll be the first person to tell you I don't know a
What?
thing about weed culture, but
Yeah, you
I've never
can't
heard
look
of
that
weed.
much like Seth Rogen and not know about weed.
Seriously. Like I've never heard of any amount or any type of weed ever referred to as a stack of weed.
No, that's not a thing.
It's not a thing.
I'll get a dime bag or an eighth or a half or a quarter. That's how you talk, because that's plain and that's how normal people talk.
Yeah. And I just say, weed, please.
Maybe it just immediately left the zeitgeist after this film came out in 1942 and they realized they were onto it. They were like, well, we can't call it a stack no more. We got to call it a dime bag, see?
See, I don't think that's the case. I think the case is that, again, the people who made this movie wanted to wind up the fear in the, super conservative parents. Like, they even have their own code when they talk, so you don't know what they're asking about.
I would love if like some parents saw this movie, took it super seriously, and went up to their kid and be like, so do you have any stacks? And the kid's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, I know you've been getting those stacks at the hot dog stand. And he's like, what?
Billy, I just don't want you to put them to put you under the clover.
Listen, Mom, you need help.
What? Look at my fine suit. Don't I look all razzle-dazzle?
Now I gotta go dance at the club. See you later. Zing. Yeah.
How much could a job at a hot dog stand possibly pay that Oliver, who's busy for 15 minutes twice a day, could possibly take on a second employee?
Right?
Oh yeah, because Kay
she's
works there, right?
Selling hot dogs, dressed to the nines, too.
Mm.
She convinced the mob guy, so this is like her first undercover gig. She convinces the mob guy that she's working at the hot dog stand in this full, like, I guess, business power suit that she's got going on. She's dressed like she's going to church, not serving a frankfurter.
I just saw a whole bunch of pixels and blocks. I don't know. Business power suit, did they just wear square boxes to work back in those days, apparently?
Dark square boxes.
Dark square boxes, okay.
I get a question though, like, isn't that like the rule established in Goodfellas that when you make that money, you don't do that? That's like one of the things you don't do is show it off.
Exactly.
That's Joe Pesci nearly kills a guy for doing that. Not the character. The actor.
I don't know
Joe
where the
Pesci.
soda pop is. Soda pop's right over there. And then she's asking him like dumb questions about like, I don't know where this is, and it's like very clearly in the shot. Like, I was looking for the straws. The straws are right here.
I'm definitely not looking for your fat stacks, Oliver. It also sounds kind of sexual too, right?
And
I don't know what it is, but it sounds weird.
That she like actively engaged in flirting with him as well. She's like, "You wouldn't kid a girl, would ya?"
I mean, I think if this is the full like modern movie version, she would have had sex with all of them. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You got to solve the mystery.
Who plays Kay in the remake, the 2024 remake of
Only
Devil's
an
Harvest?
actress of renown and versatile talent and Oscar-winning prowess. I would say Cate Blanchett.
Good.
I think she
Natasha
pulled
Lyonne.
off. What'd you say?
Natasha Lyonne.
Oh, I'm saying Cate Blanchett because she played Katharine Hepburn in The Aviator, so I know she's capable of pulling off that accent.
Doing that, yeah, the whole thing.
I'm genuinely concerned about Mariah in the chat. Says anyone else turned on, and then a lot of cool cat emotes. So I'm worried that there's a correlation there that I don't know about. I'm scared a little bit.
Wait, you didn't watch after the credits when Cool Cat popped up?
Gentlemen, we've only got a couple minutes left, but before you guys run away, first of all, I love you. You guys are always such a treat. You recommend the worst things possible for me to watch every year, and I love you for it. I get to experience the craziest, strangest things ever in my life. But tell the audience out there, if they're not familiar with you guys, they should be, and they should be amazing fans of you. But tell them where they got to find you out there on the web.
We're all over the place. You want to find our podcast? We're on every podcast app. You can go to our home base at Age of Radio.
Big time.
ageofradio.org/whatweretheythinking, or you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky at WWTT Podcast. You can find us on Redbubble, TeePublic, and Patreon.com/WWTT Podcast. We're doing Listener's Choice right now. It's been one of the more difficult ones in some time, so please,
Boy, howdy.
please join us in our misery. None of them have aired yet, but you're going to hear them soon, and they are some doozies.
And you'll say to yourself, how did they get the life back in their eyes after seeing these movies to talk about Devil's Harvest?
We're professionals.
I've been asking that since was it Cartoon All Stars the first year you guys were on? Was that the first thing you guys ever did?
So
Yeah. I've been asking that ever since Cartoon All Stars for the rescue. Honestly, like really. I love you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of your time and spending some time with us here on Livestream for the Cure again. It's always a treat. It's always we always just have, and I think every conversation we've ever had deviates wildly like this eventually anyway.
Yeah.
So,
and that's what you can hear on our podcast too, to be honest.
that happens a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I bid you adieu. Hang out in the room until your recordings finish uploading, so that way we can send them to you.